What's up, you guys? UFO Proof here. Well, I was literally just on the other line with Sergeant Shill. He had messaged me right as I was getting ready to go live, like right when it gives you the option to start the broadcast. The other line started ringing, so we'll get him over here on this side. So we're going to discuss Tom DeLonge and Joe Rogan and their awesome interview yesterday. Hopefully everybody got to watch that. Let me put out the link in the comment section. So Sergeant Shill should already be over here, or he'll be here any minute. Aha, there he is. What up, brother? Boom. All right, so for anyone just tuning in, Ian Schwartz, what's going on, brother? Long time no talk, pal. Feel free to join in just by clicking the link in the comment section on YouTube. Work today, sweet, dude.
What's up?
Just downloaded a more advanced processor Explorer for my computer with more advanced capabilities. Between that and a virus, can I have, what the hell? Tom's sending me a message through Hangouts.
Something with his computer or some shit.
Discovered that someone has been logging into my machine using a different account remotely and has installed a rootkit which is running on a separate under a generic SVC host process, and this is why my laptop has been suffering so bad in performance. It's been using 50% of the CPU power. It's probably a bot zombie program that's using my shitty old computer with outdated software as part of a botnet. So I have removed it, but there are other less likely possibilities that are intriguing as well. Most likely you downloaded some fucking software and it just came along with it and you agreed to it without realizing it. That always seems to be a problem. I was just talking to Tom. Who knows what it is, but at least he's got it figured out. So he's on here. What up, Sebastian? Paul?
You gotta limit your visits to Pornhub.
Oh, say it again, buddy. Yeah, it's because of all this visits to Pornhub, dude. If you just would lay off the freaking porn for a while, you wouldn't have all those damn viruses, dude.
I'm just playing.
You know, yeah, sure. So but I mean, even if he didn't have all viruses or whatever, man, his equipment is fucking like just total dinosaurs, dude.
Hey, but at least he stays on top of it, right?
What's up?
At least it's good that he stays on top of it.
Yeah, exactly.
I would hate to try and look through my shit. I'd end up boarding up my windows and wearing tinfoil or something. But what
you do that anyway.
Want to find something out. If they want to find something out about you or monitor you or gather information from you, they're gonna get it regardless what you do to prevent it. When you catch it, I mean, they will get it. There's no two ways about it.
Yeah, dude, I just get that McAfee virus protection. It's only like $30 a year, man, and they fucking protect you from everything.
Yeah, well, they protect you from everything. But trust me, the NSA, CIA, FBI, and all that, they all have shit that'll bypass that.
Like, duh. Yeah.
Like, you'll never know, man. Like, really, unless you're like a pro and you know how to dissect it. And look, they even brought that up in mainstream media, as an example, and
what up, Jack?
Media, that they can make it look like it's anything. They can make it look like it's anything. They can leave, quote unquote Russian footprints or fingerprints on it, or they could leave Chinese fingerprints. Yeah. They can make it look like whoever, or they can make it look like a 14-year-old kid, man. You know what I mean? They can make it look like whoever.
Exactly, man. It's the fucking, and you'll never know who the hell it is. If they want to come and follow you, you ain't figuring it out, dude.
No.
You're gonna think it's somebody, but it turns out it'll be somebody else. It'll be like if the NSA wanted to fucking hack into your shit, you would never fucking know it. I don't give a fuck who you are.
Yeah. Hey, just real quick before you get started, I'm gonna have to dip out. Like, I'm gonna probably get on with my phone for as long as it lasts when I go pick up my daughter. But then I'm gonna be running around until about 4:30ish my time, which would be, fucking whatever time it is for you. Like, I won't be able to actively engage in this. That's why.
That's okay, man. Just
that's why I had messaged you to let you know, like, hey, maybe we could do the Tom DeLonge thing tonight, but that's up to you, man.
No, yeah, you know what? We can go ahead and do that, and let's do the Tom DeLonge thing tonight, and we'll let everybody know that who didn't get to see it last night since we had a late start to go and watch the podcast, because I actually only watched about a half hour of it, before I ended up falling asleep, So, but what I saw so far was pretty cool, man. So everyone's got to go and see that. Oh, what's up, Cons? Face like a bomb. What's up, brother?
It was interesting to say the least. There's interesting pro side, interesting con side. But we'll break it down. Everybody's gonna have their opinion, and we'll do that tonight. We'll really
I agree.
Get everybody, cross your T's, dot your I's, get your ducks in a row, and let's give it a real serious analysis, as a group, and break it down, and break down how it was, and what it really means to the ufology and the phenomenon in itself.
Oh no, absolutely, man. Who do we have on here?
There's Jax, but he's being like the silent ninja.
Always, man. What's up, Jax? Did you see any of the Joe Rogan podcast?
I fell asleep watching it like a half an hour into it.
Yeah, that's fucking funny. I did the exact same thing, dude. Yeah, no, same thing happened to me, man. Like it gets kind of dragged out after a while. Who we got on here? Theodore, it looks like.
But Joe Rogan does drill down on him, and I find that he always deflected and never really came to an answer. That's just a general observation. And he did push his book a lot. And so, but like
did you know? Let's save it for tonight, dude. That's because there's all kinds of stuff I want to point out, dude.
Exactly. Like, I've got pages of notes and shit. I really hope we could figure out a way that we could do it, like where we're watching it and we could pause it and say, well, look, see right here, and do our analysis, or maybe take minute marks, because like I said, I took down the time of everything where I pulled a note or something, so as a reference point. We'll figure out how we'll broadcast it tonight there, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it.
Oh yeah. Okay, so I got we got some people on the chat room right now, and let's see. Clint Chapman saying, "What's up, Clint? How you doing, buddy?" He says Cooper is saying that Tom DeLonge is the new Paul Benowitz. He could be, dude, and they're just totally fucking with his ass, and feeding him all kinds of bullshit, and he's gonna go fucking psycho and end up murdering his family or some shit. Yeah, it's fucked up. They did that to somebody. Need some company on Hangouts? Sure, come on down. Face like a bum. The link's always up at the beginning of the comment section on YouTube, so you always just scroll
join the stream. And sometimes if you join the stream a little late, that comment doesn't show up in the chats. Like, it's
really? All right,
disappeared. Hey, did you get that email? I emailed you the chat log from one of the streams.
No, I haven't. I haven't checked my email yet.
Because we always say, man, it's too bad we can't look at the chats, after the fact or whatever, So I simply just copied and pasted it, from the window after the chat was over, because it still stays up if you leave the window open. And I didn't know you can do that, so I thought that was pretty interesting. So I grabbed a copy of it. It's good to review.
Oh yeah, it just pops up with the sharing buttons and all the statistic buttons and stuff.
What's up, Tim?
Evening, guys.
Hey, so anyway, Rayansh, am I saying that right? You guys see that? How do you say that? Rayanesh. You guys see that name?
Rayanesh, yeah.
Am I pronouncing that right?
I would assume so.
I would think so. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, he's saying, can we discuss the website? Absolutely, we can discuss the website. What do you want to discuss? He is actually building the website for us, and he's incorporating all of our all of our like ideas and stuff that we want to see with the website. He's doing it all for us. So does anybody have any specifics that they think would be cool as something included into the new website?
I just wish that we could go back to the way that we had it before.
No, I
if
think
that's at all possible.
I think a different format would be a little bit better, because that one was it was a little all over the place with trying to find the chat rooms and shit like that. Like I didn't like that. Like, I'd be like answering chats and stuff, but they wouldn't be like on the main page, and it'd be like, it was just kind of it was cool, but it was a little all over the place. I think it needs to be a little more simplified, whereas it's something that everybody kind of just, it's all like on the main page and a couple tabs,
I always had trouble finding messages from you and from other people.
Right?
Yeah.
It was like a pain. I don't know, maybe it was easy for you, Jax, but like for myself, Tom here.
I mean, we don't have to have so many chat rooms. I mean, that we don't have to go that route. I mean, but just so we could all be on the same page together. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm thinking of. It's one where it's all, it's like the same page, one big like messaging board, and then you could private message people on individually if you wanted to. And then I'm gonna have just a couple of sections for obviously selling my gear. That's like the main point of it, right. And then posting videos. I want to have a thing where I can upload videos that it don't matter if I go through YouTube or whatever, I can just upload it. What's up, Sean? Or not Sean, Sergeant.
Oh, I didn't want to cut you off. I was going to let you finish. I just wanted to say, like, I had already discussed one thing with you regarding your website, about going into it, but I've already began the research and the cost involved and everything. But that's going to be something that's going to be really interesting, because it's going to be very inclusive, but very informative. It's going to be a real interactive thing that people will be able to do with your channel and your website. And for technology, you know what I mean? It'll be a concerted effort, and it's going to be marketing. Let's be honest, you know what I mean? But it's going to, all the people, and it's going to really broaden the network and the, how should I say it? The not availability of things. I mean, like a great resource, and an interactive one at that. So, just reminding people to think about it, to look for it, because it's going to be something really amazing, and they'll be able to get in on it real good, and they're going to like it. That's all I can say. I agree. Until you release that, once we hammer it out, and then you could present it and release it. It'll interact with Patreon and the website and YouTube and social media. It's a big project. And when Kyle announces it, people are going to be pretty happy about it. I'm very confident about that.
No, absolutely. And I just saw someone's comment. Hang on a second. How can I give the link? I created a discussion board to get ideas. Oh yeah, absolutely. Go ahead. Oh wait, no, you're not able to post the link on here. You'll have to send me the link and I'll post it. All right. Hey, what up, Smooth Virus? Arthur is saying, I need to know where I can talk about how I can see somewhat into a certain dimension certain life forms or whatever it is. Anyone know a great platform? Not this one, man. I'll tell you that, dude. You know. Oh well, fucking what happened last time? We let them one of those crazy motherfuckers come on here, dude, and start taking. You're taking a picture of fucking your fence outside, and you see a portal to fucking hell. You know, I'm just like, fuck no, dude. You know. Oh yeah, dude. I get all kinds of crazies on this motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm gonna switch platforms because I'm about to go mobile.
Yeah, go for it, buddy.
Hey, Kyle. Kyle, I had an idea.
Up?
I had an idea about the crazy people.
Yeah.
What if you had one night per week, which had a specific dedicated time slot for a live stream for the crazy people? And then you put the Hangout link in, you encourage them to come on the call, and you have like one or two other people backing you up so you're not all alone, and let 3 or 4 crazy people on and just see what happens.
Yeah, no, that's a good idea. Just to let them have their time to come on and say, hey, what's up? You know, just so we're not, you know, totally shooting them down. Yeah, that's a good idea.
It would probably be entertaining for the people.
Really entertaining, you know. But I mean, is that right of us to make it so we're laughing at them and not with them? You know, like is that right of us?
I think it is. If the goal is to say, don't be like these people. If you like these people, stop being like them. And if you're thinking you might become like these people, don't do that. Stop what you're doing.
I disagree completely.
Okay, go ahead.
What do you think, Jax?
I don't think that you should be doing that at all. I don't think you should be showing an example to those people, to the rest of the community. I don't think it's right.
Why not?
Yeah, I see why. I see what you're saying.
Why not?
Because it's not right.
Why is it not right?
Kyle's better than that.
What's wrong with it? You have to give me like what is wrong with it.
I think I know what he's saying, because so Khan's
why would you want to?
He said
if someone is handicaed,
I'm not talking about handicapped. I'm not talking about handicapped.
I'm using it as an example. If there's something, if they're using it, if there's something wrong with them, and they're a little tapped in the head, you're gonna make an example of them to the rest of the community.
So you're talking about handicapped people. I'm not talking about handicapped people.
Okay, I said that there's something wrong. If they're mentally ill, there's obviously something wrong. So
you're gonna think that all of the people who come on and say that stuff are just mentally ill, or do you think that they're people who can be reasoned with and maybe helped? And there's others out there who might like to see that.
Okay, hang on a second. Let me butt in for a second, guys. I see where both you guys are coming from. Whereas you don't want to make it like Khan said, like a freak show. And you know, where we're sitting there just laughing at these people, because you know we have to be better than that. But at the same time, we're not giving them an opportunity even to share a story or an experience that may or may not be true. Like I'm saying, I've had such a crazy experience that I'll never even tell anybody. I can't tell anybody because it's so fucking insane that, you know, you're just going to get fucking looked at like you're crazy, you know?
Yeah, and I just want to clarify, I don't think that most of those people who come on and say crazy things are mentally ill. I think most of them are con artists, like the lady who was binding aliens and crystals on rings is so she can sell rings to people. I want those people. I want those con artist people to come on and then get destroyed on the show. I mean, I think it would be cool, but I don't want to make fun of, obviously, mentally,
I think if we did it like this, if we gave one night a week to let them come on, and basically where we put, you know, UFO proof off to the side and let anybody share their story, you know, and to give them the opportunity to say, hey man, if you want to talk about a crazy ass theory that you fucking see, fucking hobgoblins and fucking werewolves, and you know, you fly to Jupiter every Tuesday, you know, fucking maybe we should at least give them a chance to say it, just to say, okay, well, you know, we're not shutting you down just for the people who have a crazy story, who might actually be telling the truth.
Yeah, you could do this 1 hour and you could be like, everyone, like you have 10 minutes to tell your story. At the end of the 10 minutes, you know, it's done, and we go to the next person.
On to the next person, yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't think that everyone's all crazy either. I'm not saying that at all. I was just simply saying that, stating that if they were to be cutting them out on public,
it's not good. It's not right.
It's not right.
I agree with you 100%. You know, but I think it's not really fair of us to exclude the people that we all think are crazy just because there might be people who are in fact not crazy. They're actually telling the truth. There's just story is just so outrageous that, you know, it seems like it's crazy, you know, but the same thing happened to me, man, you know? So it's like, you know, I don't want to, you know, it's a small percentage, man. And, but it's gotta be, it's like, we just got to be fair. You know what I'm saying? Like we got to, you know, I want to be able to give everyone a chance, but you know, like the most part, that's why I think that, well, if we did it like once a week or maybe once or twice a month or something, you know, just to give an opportunity for, you know, where, you know, cause you know me, man, as soon as someone starts saying something crazy, I got to say something, you know, I'm like, no, all right, you're crazy. You know, I'm like, this is bullshit, whatever. You know, we got to at least give them a chance to where I'm not going to say anything and just basically let them go off.
Like a George Norrie approach. A George Norrie approach.
Art Bell.
Where you just, if they say something crazy, you just go to the next, you just sort of ignore it and go to the next question and never like stop them from talking so they can at least get it all out, you know.
Does that mean you can have Tracy on?
No, I don't think so. Well, you know, I guess maybe, you know, I guess like give her a shot, you know. But I heard she started like stalking over at like Third Phase, so they had to like block her, dude. You know, I've like blocked her from everything, and she still emails me, man. Let me check out the comments here. Oh, what's going on, Anonymous Shield? Quackadilly Blip. I love that name, dude. Also extraordinary.
You guys already talked about the Tom DeLonge thing?
Not stories. Yes, exactly. We want the same thing, but we think that maybe Kyle is crazy, but I like him anyway. Yeah, rock and roll, buddy. Don't forget, you guys, to go to UFOproof.ml to submit your request for stuff that you think should be a part of the website, you know, because we're building it right now. So that's what Rainish is asking for, is for people to be able to come and do that. And so if you got any ideas or anything you want to see, remember UFOproof.ml. And
no, actually, Tom, we're gonna do the Tom DeLonge thing tonight.
Yeah, we're gonna do the Tom DeLonge thing tonight. Just because same as you, dude. I literally a half hour into it, I fucking passed out, man. You know, I was just fucking. I tried to stay awake, man. I was just like, I went down. So I didn't actually see the whole thing, man. And I think it's important to actually go through the whole thing, and then discuss it and have the review.
Yeah, you do. You want to see the whole thing. There's one part where Joe, I don't know if you saw it, but there's one part, he mentioned it, someone mentioned it in chat, where he takes the headphones off to go help Jamie find something, and Joe's got the headphones on still, and he starts whispering into the mic all kinds of shit to Jamie, who has the headphones on, but Tom can't hear them. And he's like, this is a bunch of horse shit. And Jamie starts cracking up. Yeah.
Damn,
so
I gotta see this, dude. All right, this is gonna be great. And so what are we doing? Are we cussing or not cussing tonight, man?
Let's just.
I don't know. What's the analytics say?
Try and keep it clean. If it's
get your point across and go for it.
Okay. I think Theodore's got it right there. You know, if it helps get the point across, and go for it. But if it's not necessary, then let's try to avoid it. I think we can all agree with that for right now. As for the analytics, it ain't showing me shit yet, dude. You know, I'm assuming, you know, after maybe a couple days, you know, we'll have a better idea of it. But as of right now, it's exactly the same as it's been, and which is fucking horse shit, dude.
It is kind of.
But its views are higher than typical video at that same amount of time so far.
Is it? That's not what I noticed. In fact, I noticed it seemed to be a little bit under.
Oh, I noticed it for one day it was already at 300 and something.
Really?
And like other videos are out 2 or 3 days
around
for just under that.
No, that's right, dude. Yeah, I haven't actually looked today. I'm gonna take a look right now. Yeah, because that's if it's over 300, then I mean that's like basically proof, dude.
It is slightly unnecessary to keep cussing and whatever, but I mean, I know it's a hard habit to break.
Oh yeah, it's not a necessary thing, but I mean, like, it's one of the things that like attracts people to my channel, because it's funny and I have a lot of passion when I'm saying stuff and when I cuss and everything like that, and I think it's something that people really like. I like to do it.
Like tonight, you know what I mean? Like, we try to avoid it like somebody else suggested, but if it comes out, it comes out, And just that attempt in avoiding it is going to make a big change anyway.
Well, see, okay, now I'm looking at my analytics, and it shows the puppy tries to attack Laser at 191 views.
That's weird.
Yeah. So that's just
yeah,
like
just so you know, your UFO in broad daylight, I Spike Nation, and got an extra 50 views there. So just so you know when you're looking at the analytics.
Oh, sweet, man.
Wait, say that again about the other one.
Go ahead, Tom.
Saying sometimes I post Kyle's videos to www.spike.com, which is a little video aggregation site, and when I do, he usually gets a bump of 100 to 200 front page, maybe 500 views. So just letting him know, because so when he does if he's doing any analytics, he knows where.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Okay, so I have a question for you.
Yeah, what's up, buddy?
I'm new to this.
Hello, Theodore. Welcome, brother.
Yeah. And I
Welcome
saw some
aboard.
of your other videos, so you seemed pretty interesting. So I thought I would check this out. But you said something about the community, and I want to know what community it is.
The UFO community, and the website, if you're talking like I don't know if you're talking about, if I was talking about the community as in the website, or if it's just our UFO community. That's just basically everyone who believes in UFOs, except like we are like a little on the outside of that, because we lead evidence. I don't believe
We're
in
very
anything crazy.
skeptical.
Yeah, we're very, very skeptical of everything. I have seen UFOs up close. I know them to be a fact, but I don't know what's inside a UFO. I've never seen an alien, so I don't even know if aliens are real or whatever. So it's like we really hold ourselves back here. And then I'm building a website. I'm having that is for the communities, for everybody. But since I am so skeptical, and when you come on here and start talking crazy nonsense, I fucking call you out on it, and I'm like, I just don't buy into any conspiracy bullshit, or fucking stories of aliens living in rings and fucking traveling to Saturn and fucking just nonsense, but
So
when
you
I don't
talk
want to
about
scare
UFO,
people away from ufology. That's the most important thing. I never want to scare anyone away from studying UFOs. I just want to get people to have to kind of change the narrative of ufology, whereas we can stop looking at it as it's also for just crazy people, and for people who have had a sighting who aren't insane like myself.
Sure, conspiracies.
Now,
Never ever
UFOs, you're talking about alien life.
Say it again, Theodore. Say it again, buddy. I couldn't hear you.
I said, when you talk about UFOs, you're talking about alien life.
Well, not necessarily, because I don't know if UFOs are alien. I don't know what's inside a UFO or where UFOs come from, or what, I mean, I don't know anything about them other than, they exist. I don't know if they're aliens or if they're. I
mean, there's a lot of UFOs as far as unidentified flying objects, because you can identify it doesn't mean it's alien.
That's what we're saying. That's exactly what we're trying to say.
That's right.
That's
a big theme of mine. I think people see if they are craft, they're not alien craft.
I wouldn't go that far. Well, I mean, it's possible that they are all human, but I'm like the craft that I have encountered. Some of them are. The best way I could describe them are alien, and you can just fucking feel it when you see it. I mean, and I mean, like, there's no means of propulsion that I know of that can fly and stuff. Like, I had an encounter with a black metal sphere about 4 feet in diameter, which was only about 8 feet above my head. If I stood up, I could have touched this fucking thing. This thing could fly and move, and there was no means of propulsion. There was nothing. It just went like, and it didn't even make any noise. I mean, this thing was incredible, and along with some other, incredible crap I've seen. I just I don't see how it could be human, but I suppose it's possible. But also, it's hard to say, how I could say it's alien. I don't know. I just suppose it's possible.
So you're familiar with groupthink, and you're familiar with confirmation bias. So what does anybody, or why would anybody think that aliens would need spacecraft? Because we need it doesn't mean they do.
Correct. Absolutely.
That's a very good point.
And like sometimes we discuss on whether or not the UFO could be, in fact, that's like the main alien, if you will, itself, or perhaps it's advanced technology that's so far advanced that even our physics professors and stuff today aren't taught this kind of, these kind of physics, or this kinds of mathematics, or something that's just simply beyond the scope of what ordinary citizens have access to. And so we can see craft that can do stuff that, to us scientifically doesn't make any sense, because maybe our science is, limited, as opposed to the government and their like the military industrial complex and their science. They could be a far more beyond us, where we simply aren't taught the same kinds of mathematics or physics. You would think that, I mean, that's reaching too, but so is aliens. I just know that the UFO themselves is 100% real. I've seen it with my own eyes. I could have touched it. It's 100% real. I just don't know what it is or where it comes from. And that's basically all we do, is just ask the same question. Of course, there's some people on the aisle who say yes, it's alien. There's some people on the aisle who say, oh, it's only military. I'm up in the air.
After living in Roswell for as long as I did, I'm pretty convinced it's about a 50-50 split. And that's just my personal opinion.
Yeah. That's, I can agree with that, man.
I mean, Harvard just came out, I think it was yesterday, I was reading one of their reviews where they were saying that any alien nation with advanced technologies could explore the entire universe, the entire everything within 10 million years if they were able to produce satellites that could continually repair and build new satellites to continue on the mission. So given that introspective about what they know, I'm sure they know more than I do about the whole subject, but it's plausible to believe that we are not the only intelligent life out there. But I also agree with the idea that, just because we need the spacecrafts, or however you want to look at it, I mean, because honestly, some of the stuff we see are just glowing balls of light that change color.
Correct.
I don't know what's on the inside. I don't know if it's a solid being. I don't know if it's an actual entity in and of itself. But I agree that it's definitely alien. Those things of that nature. I don't know that we have that kind of technology at our disposal. And if we did, I highly doubt we'd let anyone see it.
When they asked people about time travel, the majority of people said they would like to go back and study history if there was such a thing as time travel.
Mm-hmm.
What would make you think that aliens, per se, would come now, and why was it that they would not have come thousands of years ago and they still exist here so that they are studying our culture?
Why do they have to be coming now as opposed to thousands of years ago? Who's saying they're coming only now? Who's saying that?
Well, what I'm saying is that maybe they've been here for that long. And
like an ancient astronaut theory. We're huge fans. I am an ancient astronaut theorist.
ancient astronaut theory. I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it, and that's the same kind of concept. And although my my belief in ancient astronaut theory isn't the same as Giorgio Tsoukalos from Ancient Aliens, but you know, it's along the lines of, you know, I believe like that gods were influenced by people having encounters with UFOs. And so they kind of influence the stories of gods, and that's basically where it's at. I don't fucking think that that aliens built pyramids or any megaliths or anything like that. I think they're all man-made, you know. But I still believe in the ancient astronaut theory, just a, you know, a real watered down version of it, I guess. You know. Let's see here.
Okay,
let me check
are
the
you saying
comment section on
gods?
YouTube.
Is that what you were saying?
Oh, dude.
Something about gods?
Here,
The Quiet Words of the Virgin Mary come again.
Hey, who we got on here? Jax, can you host for a second?
Sure.
Go ahead, buddy.
What were you saying, Theodore?
I thought he was saying something about God.
I think he was trying to say that the interaction between humans and aliens gave people the different belief about gods is what I believe he was trying to say. I could be wrong.
How about this?
Because whenever somebody says that, I ask the question of which God, being that there are, over 100,000 of them?
So all of them, I guess they would probably be saying all of them, because the aliens, if they were visiting us from the past, they'd be visiting us, you know, in all the different locations around the world. So the different cultures would develop their own traditions and spiritual dogma or doctrine based on their interactions with these aliens. And that's how you would get the different religions and the different conceptualizations of God, with some kind of baseline similar undercurrent running all the way through, which is what we tend to see. It's an interesting theory, but I mean, there's not a lot of proof for it.
Well, it's as introspectical as many pebbles of sands as there are on the beaches. I mean, you could kind of go anywhere with which God is the right God. I mean, you could go by the oldest records we have, and then you have to be able to believe the records that we have to go that direction anyway. So if I was going to lean any direction, I'd have to say probably the Hindu gods, or the gods from Turkey were where it all started. I believe all the rest of them after that were just adaptations or the belief of what other people had in their geographical locations. But I'm not a scientist.
What if you know how time is space and space is time, right? And it's also measured by its location currently by our perspective and such. Taking all these things into consideration, what if, you know, these ships that come into our and interact with us on a terrestrial level, you know, on the planet, you know, they're basically expeditionary units, research units, or whatever, you know, doing their thing, you know, and they come from like a mothership, like, you know, like Stanton Friedman would suggest, you know, like an aircraft carrier, basically, you know, and they come, and Tom DeLonge talked about something, how they were working on triangulating, you know, because they arrive in certain phases or certain times, and it's certain things have to be in, from what I understood, certain things have to be in a certain way and they arrive, you know what I mean? Like they arrive. But anyway, that aside, what if, you know, we ourselves, to some other of these aliens that are visiting us, we are already aliens to them, because in a time, location, and space time, we've already mastered the travel of space and time as well, and we're visiting these aliens. But us right now in 2017 don't know this yet, because it hasn't happened yet.
So you're saying that basically,
how's that for a mind fuck?
So you're saying basically that we're visiting ourselves from the future into the past, trying to discover what's going. Sorry, go ahead.
Not necessarily. Maybe it's the other alien entities that we've interacted with in our future that are coming back and visiting us in our past relative time space to them.
That's a good point. Didn't think of that.
Because if we're X amount of thousands or whatever light years away from so and so, well, they're that away from us. So there's, you know, taking all these things into consideration, maybe we are aliens to these life forms already in their time space because we've already mastered this technology, and it's an interaction between time, space, locations, and different things that we've discovered.
Yeah, here's another way of looking at it. What I like that analogy, but you can reverse it and look at it this way. If you got into a time machine right now on your front lawn and you cranked it to send you into the future 200 years, and you pulled the lever and you disappeared, where would you reappear? You would reappear in the vacuum of space. You would be in space and you would die because the rest of the solar system and the planets and the star have all moved on through the galaxy. So just changing your time, where you are in time, it's not enough. You have to actually move.
You gotta change your location as well.
Change your location as well. Otherwise, you're going to be.
Exactly. And when you're doing this, you're able to move you could also set your time for your location, and that's how they're arriving here. You follow what I'm saying? They're freezing it back and popping it. Like you said, Tom, like, you know what I mean? It's like you're fucking, when you read materialize instantaneously, you're going to be in a different location. Like fucking, like, you know what I mean? You got to compensate for that. But maybe it's that compensation that allows for that travel.
Well, that's why it has to be a quantum effect. It has to be some kind of entanglement effect that allows these craft to move almost instantaneously from one position in time to another position in time. Because it has to be the two particles separated by light years, but they're entangled by quantum, whatever the quantum entanglement thing is.
Yeah, it's quantum entanglement.
Yeah, but the theory is that in order to achieve teleportation or time travel, you have to know where every particle in the universe is in diverse locations to your location to properly manifest your location to where you need to go.
You have to have the ability to plot it. Yeah. Now, if you're able to plot it, then you can do it. Right, and these guys obviously are able to plot that, so they use that.
A flaw in this theory.
What's that, Theodore?
The flaw in this theory is that we are too arrogant not to screw with the timeline. Because
I agree.
I'm not talking, but see, like,
I mean, I don't see how that's I don't see how that's a flaw in the theory. I see that's just a flaw in mankind, but I don't see it being a flaw in the theory.
Well, you're saying that mankind did time travel and went, and these people are coming because of our previous,
in our perspective, no, you're not understanding. In our time right now, no, obviously not. But in a certain spot and location in the space-time, we will be able to, theoretically able to master this type of, technology or what have you. You know what I mean? The same as these alien entities. And in that particular spot and time and location in space, we are aliens to them, possibly visiting them in an interaction with them. It's hard for me to break it all down. Like right now, I'm in my truck and shit, but I'll go into it further on in another discussion. But the good idea of what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
I'm sure several people do, but you know what I mean.
So, Theodore, what do you see this flaw in the theory again? So say it again.
No. If we had the ability to time travel, we are way too arrogant to leave well enough alone. We went to other places at different times. We would screw up the timeline, and we would try to dominate whatever was in the timeline.
But we are.
I agree.
We are. That's not to say we will be when we reach that certain point in time and space that we're able to do that. Different person, different mindset. I mean, everything. Like, you know what I mean? There's the potential for that. And there is the potential. But right now, as we stand looking through our perspective, absolutely right. If we're able to do this, I would say even within the next 20 years, maybe 100 years, yeah, we would be too arrogant of a species, and we would go and manipulate time, try to manipulate time, and God knows whatever happens with that. I agree with that. But that's not to say that we'll still have that instinct or maybe allow it to even be a possibility in that point in the future when we're able to do that. if that makes sense.
No, that
Well,
makes sense.
I think that when it comes to like this, so I mean, there's just a, I think Theodore might have misspoke when he said it was a flaw in the theory. It was because it's more of just it's not actually speaking about his theory as opposed to just what humans would do during a if we had the ability to time travel, that we would fuck it up. So I don't really think it has anything to really necessarily do with the theory of actually moving through space time and stuff. But I see what you're saying though, as that we shouldn't, that we would probably fuck it up and do something like that. You know what I think though? I think humans are smart enough to realize that if we did go travel through time, and it turns out that we could affect the entire universe or the entire history of mankind, then I think we would refrain from time travel. You get what I'm saying? But I think if they knew that we could safely go back in time and say it takes us to a another simulated reality of Earth in the past or in the future or whatever, then, and we knew with certainty that it does not affect our timeline, then I think we would go back and mess around. But if there was any kind of a question on whether or not we would cause some fucking damage, then I think humans would refrain from it. It's like we always fuck up, but in the end, we always do the right thing.
Well, that's just the problem. If you look at any of our science fiction, okay, take it Star Trek or you name it, we always portray ourselves as some sort of white knight that knows better than everyone else. And that, when you're saying doing the right thing using whose morality and using whose decision that it's the right thing.
Yeah, who says it's right?
Well, I mean, but good and right and or good and evil, so we're saying, well, what we're doing is good or what we're doing is evil. Our point of view, I'm talking like,
but that may not be good for other life in the universe based on our point of view, considering we are or would be considered a very young society.
Right and wrong is a conception.
Yeah, but that's also theoretical as well, because as far as we know, we're the only society.
There goes the hypothesis that I've heard from a lot of people that the UFOs we see now are probes we sent from the future to fix problems from the past, or fix the problems of the past to make the future better. Heard that argument quite a few times.
I've heard that argument as well, and I just want to know if that's if that was the fucking case, why is Trump president?
His term's
they
not over
fucked
yet.
something up. That's what happens. You see, you go screwing along, you start screwing with the timeline, and all of a sudden now you get Trump as president, or you get assholes like fucking Kim Jong-un in charge of Korea and shit like that. I think they should ban all time machines, dude.
We'll start a petition. How's that sound?
That's fucking right, dude. We'll start it fucking now, and we'll date it for like the fucking 1800s, dude.
Well, ban all time machine.
Right?
King Jong-un.
Based on your theory, Trump is president to save us from Hillary.
No, both Hillary and Trump. Based on my theory, fucking Hillary will become president fucking in 2020, and the fucking world will be destroyed, dude.
Will there be a mass uprising before then?
I
just wanted to get clarity there.
Yeah, no, dude. Fucking, it's always fucking. It's like if I think if we had time machines, that this is something that they would go and fix. Something like this, Well, you know what? I just want to say something. If time machines existed, if there's a single fucking, race or whatever who came up with, say of humans, if we developed time machine, would we go back and try to change anything? I mean, would that make sense? I just want to say, hypothetically, we're saying we go back in time, and if we actually accomplish this and we get back there if we do stuff, it actually affects the timeline that you're in the future. So all the paradoxes become real, like fucking the grandfather paradox and stuff like that. So if you murdered your grandfather, you would instantaneously just disappear because you would have never been born, yada, yada, yada. Do you think that it would be right to go and change stuff from the past?
I think it's a nice idea, but I think it's out of the possibilities of reality, to be honest.
You know, I'm saying, like, say no, say it is possible. Say we can do it 100%.
Well,
would we do it? Should we do it? Could you?
It's a bad idea.
Exactly. Who would own the machine? Who would have the rights to the machine? You know what I mean? How would we police it?
They can't even get healthcare right, so why the fuck would I live with
Yeah, that's
Hey,
true.
man. Yeah, I'm with you there, bro.
No, I'm saying that, you know, Albert Einstein said that it was possible, and he's been writing about a lot of shit. And
That's true.
I don't believe
But he's been wrong about
we have
more
that
than he was
capability.
right.
Sorry,
So
say again.
theoretical. The difference between a theory and being reality is very different. Theoretically, yeah, it's possible. You can put it down on paper, but in order to actually make it a reality, I don't think I can't see it. Not in a physical sense. Maybe manipulating things
it's
like light or whatever. But this physical form, this matter, the reality matter that we exist in the Matrix, I doubt it very much.
Yeah, it seems like it would be very difficult for any engineer, you know, because that's what it comes down to. You would have to deal with the theoretical physicists and deal with engineers. And I could see that the theoretical physicists would, I think they could possibly come up with the equations and shit. I think they could probably do it. I mean, if we put enough of them together, you know, they might be able to. But the engineering part, I mean, that would be so difficult, man. I mean, but I think if we all fucking put our minds to it, and we all, like, you know, I think if like you know, they say if humans put their minds to anything, we'll accomplish it. It doesn't matter. And it's, you know, these was God's words, all right? A biblical fucking Old Testament God said that, you know, when during the Tower of Babel, that anything we had accomplished, anything we thought about, you know, anything that we set out to do would get done. That there's nothing in the universe that's beyond our capabilities, you know? So anything that we see or dream about, no matter how fantastic it is, it could be accomplished by by humans, that we would be able to do and accomplish anything. And basically, and this is true, he actually says this, that we have become gods now, you know? And people don't realize that, but that is actually in the Old Testament, dude, in Genesis. So, I mean, I think we could build, not that I'm religious or anything.
It says that too.
What's up?
It says that in the New Testament as well.
Yeah, and I think that we could, exactly. And I think that we could, I think we could do it if we all put our minds to it. We could actually build it, but morally, like, would you go back and change 9/11? Is that right? Even though you're saving a bunch of people's lives, is that right? Would that be right to do?
I'd videotape the whole motherfucker in HD so that way we could get to the bottom of it.
Oh, you think that would fucking solve anything? You're out of your mind, dude.
No, they'd fucking whack me for everybody to hit download.
Record the JFK assassination in HK.
Dude, we watched it. We watched the planes hit live on TV, and there are still people who say it didn't happen and shit. Like, it's like, are there any fucking ape men out there who still believe that Twin Towers are actually still standing? I bet you there are. They're like, no, they're all fake. Every picture is fake. The Twin Towers are there. You know.
So it's understandable. I get what you're saying, but anything can be manipulated on TV through video.
Right,
and
exactly.
Did we actually, and don't get me, don't have a go at me with this, but did we actually see everything happening as it happened, or was there like a 5, 10, 15 minute delay so they could
we watched it. Dude, I watched it happen fucking live on air. Everybody did, you know.
Yeah, I saw it. I mean, I don't agree with the full full narrative that they went along with, but I mean, I can't deny what I saw. I saw planes flying into the building. You know. Yeah, I saw a fucking plane fly right into it. I remember when I first seen it. I first seen like a glimpse of the plane, and I remember my fucking homie saying, "Dude, is that another plane?" And I'm like, "Holy shit, dude!" I'm like, "That why is there another plane now?" At that time, we knew all the planes were like being grounded, and I'm like,
I remember watching it fucking come in and hit. I was like, holy fuck, dude. That's when I knew. Like, oh man, it was on, man. Oh, well, make sure you turn down your TV. Anybody fucking dumbasses should know by now. Let me check the comment section on YouTube real quick so I can make sure I can get everyone's comments in on here. Sorry about that, you guys. We've been going off. Let's see here. Let's go. Gotta go down to the bottom. I know we get caught up in these things, and you know, I kind of forget to check the comment section from time to time.
I hope nobody believes in Einstein's theory.
Who is he talking to? Hans is saying yes, join and amaze us. What do you say? And amaze us. What the fuck did he say? See, I hate this when fucking goddamn comments just disappear. That's why you need to fucking super chat so I can see your damn comments. I have no idea what the fuck he said. Everyone's fucking comments just disappear on here, dude. I never fucking.
Don't forget to at people as well. You put at and then like proof behind it, whoever you're talking to, so that way it actually highlights and you can see who you're talking to.
Who the fuck you're talking to, you know?
Fucking drives me nuts.
You know, I have no idea who the fuck anyone's talking about, man.
Well, I just like
Max Sosa, can the Mandela effect relate to this? No. The Mandela effect is not real. So yeah, in a sense it could relate.
The Mandela effect is
as of right now is not real. So
the Mandela effect is a Mandela effect.
Yes. Exactly, dude. The Mandela effect is the Mandela effect. It's like it doesn't exist, dude.
What is the Mandela effect?
Oh God, dude. Okay, so it's for.
I'm new to this.
It's for people. Yeah, no, it's fine. No, it's because it drives us nuts when people are coming here saying, you know, not you. We're talking about like when people coming here saying, oh yeah, a Mandela effect. It's a so-called effect that okay, to best describe it, the name of it comes from Nelson Mandela. Someone just one day up and claimed, they're like, hey, I remember Nelson Mandela dying in the year, you know, in the 1990s. All right. So they're like, and I just found out he's actually died like a couple years ago. So I must be living in a different timeline. And so they look for little subtle differences like that. And basically the Mandela effect, really what the truth is it's a human's inability to remember minor details. That's all it is. And they're calling it a Mandela effect.
Hey, man.
And I'm calling it an ability to remember minor details because that's all it is, dude.
These
idiots might have, these guys might have not remembered when Nelson Mandela died, but me, I remember Nelson Mandela dying in 2013. I remember him going to prison for 20 years as a political prisoner. You know, I mean, like I remember that shit. I remember him getting out of prison and divorcing his wife after 6 months. I mean, like. Fucking, I remember this shit. Just because these dipshits don't fucking remember, it doesn't mean they live on a different timeline in a parallel universe, you know? But that's what it is.
It's called mismemory matrixing. Your brain will automatically fill in the gaps. It happens with everything. So much as mushroom hunting. You might have remembered 6 mushrooms and there's actually 10. It's called memory matrixing.
It's as simple as people remembering the Berenstain Bears or the Berenstein Bears.
Yeah. You know, like a flaw, like the, you know, and that's another thing. Just because you can't spell a fucking word doesn't mean you live in a parallel dimension. You know, this is what these people say. You know, they can't remember. This seriously,
Theodore, I'm telling spelling, man.
They fucking if you misspell a word, they think that they live in a parallel dimension because they're like, I remember NyQuil being spelled with 2 L's. And it's like, what? You know, they're like, I must be in a parallel dimension.
Well, you know, one of the huge ones that everyone misunderstands is Kit Kats. Kit Kats used to have a mold flaw when they were making the candy bars. I learned this as a chef, actually, in college, so I don't know why fucking everyone else doesn't know it, but it looked like there was a dash because of the way that they were poured. So now you get all these people yelling that fucking it's different on their candy bar, blah, blah, blah. They fixed their problem, for fuck's sake.
And it's like... You know, that does just because they had a problem. Say they obviously they did have a problem. That doesn't mean you live in a parallel dimension. You know, it's so fucking retarded because of their inability to remember a detail. You know, I don't know, but that's what the Mandela effect
Scott
is.
Adams,
The classic Mandela effect is, I am your father.
Oh yeah, exactly. That's another one. Just because they don't remember it, Tom, what were you saying?
I was just going to say, Scott Adams tells a funny story about when he was a bank teller and he got robbed. He was at the teller doing his job, and a man walked up to him, pulled a gun, and robbed him. And he described the man to the police. He said he was tall, had gray hair, he was in a trench coat, pretty well dressed, had a scarf, and was white. And so the police got the video from the bank, and then they went. They asked him to come in, and they said, why did you tell us like a completely different story than what happened? And he swore up and down he remembered it perfectly. It just happened the day before, and they showed him the video. It was a short, brown-skinned man with dark hair wearing a sports jacket who robbed him. Yeah. So even people who were like robbed the day before. Yeah.
Yeah.
You had stress, you had confusion, the cloak of time, and whatever bullshit media you've been listening to. And instantly, it's easy to memory matrix anything. I mean, you can remember anything under oath or fucking under a lie detector. That's why they're not admissible in court. Because if you remember it that way, that's the fucking way it is. Reality is perception.
Absolutely, man. So yeah, that's all it is, Theodore. But let's see.
So the object of this program,
Mr. Sevensby is saying Tom DeLonge is a tool. Go ahead, Theodore. We couldn't hear you, buddy. And try to get closer to your microphone if you can, man.
I got to turn it up, I guess. So based on what he just said, the object of this program is for us to create false memories.
The object of this program, what program?
Your show.
No.
I don't know how you got that from there, but
how the hell did you reach that conclusion?
Yeah, well, that's the Mandela effect.
Walk us through your logic.
Said based on what knowledge or what things you've been programmed with.
that's correct. And however, we're all products of our environment. If you put yourself in the environment that believes that every single thing that the government says is conspiracy,
hang on, Anonymous Shield. Hang on. Tell them. How did you come to your answer? How did you arrive to this, believing my program is about making up false memories?
No, he said everything that you're exposed to helps to create false memories. Obviously, if we are watching your show, then we are exposed to it, correct?
No, what he's saying is that there's no such thing as a true memory. Not a single person on this planet remembers an event 100% as it occurred. So, we fill in the gaps. That doesn't mean that it's all false. It just means that we're each individuals with subjective minds, and not a single one of us has a God's view of what happened.
Really,
Correct.
What I'm saying is that the Mandela effect is not real, and that's all. My show has nothing to do with the Mandela effect, and I'm just simply pointing out that it's a made-up concept by some fucking retard, dude.
Okay, so I want to go back a few comments from before the Mandela effect, now that I understand what that is. Okay? Einstein has been proven wrong more than right. Okay.
No, that's not true. He's been proven wrong, but not more than he's been proven right.
Well, last year he was proven wrong about the speed of light.
But that doesn't make it that he's. He wrote 4 papers in 1 year that were fucking incredible. I mean, there's very few times where he's actually wrong, whereas opposed to him being right. I would think that the difference was probably a lot. He's definitely not wrong more than he was right.
It's not really fair to say right or wrong. Anyways, Einstein was the biggest critic of his own theories. He was never happy with them, and he always thought he was wrong.
Like he hated quantum mechanics, but he basically in the end came out to believe that they had to be true, but he never wrote a paper on it or anything instead of solidifying his belief in quantum mechanics. He was always against it, but we know that to be true. But it's not but I wouldn't say that he was wrong more than right. But what's your point though anyway, Theodore?
No, just that I wouldn't. someone was expressing Einstein's theory on time and time travel as a correct theory.
I wouldn't say that his theory was 100% correct.
Yeah, he doesn't really have a theory on time travel per se, except when he's, giving a theory like his theory on special relativity is, I think, what we would use to create, in fact, time travel. We would have to use Einstein's theory of special theory of relativity. I mean, that's I think that's how we have to use it to travel through time. So, that has to do with the whole bending of the space-time, bending space-time. And so you're bringing the other side closer to you. But that's more with, travel. That's more with that actually, traveling distances. But because you are bending the space-time, it's actually time travel in essence,
The electric universe theory sort of looks down on Einstein's theory of relativity, though, saying that it's flawed and everything. But it's amazing how it's still, how
well, you're cutting out bad, buddy. We can't hear you, man.
You're helicoptering.
Yeah, it's just cutting out really bad. But I think like I said, and also let's not forget this. Einstein is a theoretical physicist. These are all theories of his. But until then, we know general relativity to be true, and and it's just a way of measuring and predicting our world around us. Is really what it comes down to, And then even though, but I mean, like, what do you have? Do you have it out for Einstein, Theodore?
Yes. Because
simple answer.
Took basic
the electric universe theory doesn't acknowledge.
Hang on, Sergeant. Hang on, man. He was in the middle of talking, dude.
Oh.
No, I'm just saying that he took basic mechanical engineering equations. Energy equals mass times acceleration, and decided to take it and make it squared. And he came up with E equals mc squared. And he said, instead of saying that energy equals mass times acceleration, energy equals mass times the speed of light.
So if you take it the other direction, what do you come up with?
Acceleration. It was nothing more than taking a basic mechanical engineering equation and twisting it. People say, oh, that's brilliant.
It was brilliant, man. It was absolutely brilliant, dude. I mean, it was a revolutionary. It's a revolutionary theory, and everything we do is based off of what like his equations and stuff. I mean, we were able to prove them to be true.
But is it not still missing some vital component?
Well, it's not a unified field theory, which is everyone would like, okay? Because it doesn't describe the subatomic world, it doesn't help describe the quantum mechanics, the quantum world, but it only describes the theory of gravity and space and time and stuff as we know it. So as the Earth going around the sun and as the moon going around the Earth in like large bodies in outer space. But the theory doesn't explain it, or it can't predict what happens inside the subatomic universe. Yeah. The first, like the foundation of our universe is built on top of the quantum world. And so, we're looking for a theory that combines the two, a unified field theory, which would bring something that would explain both the subatomic universe and our reality, our objective universe that everything experiences.
Now that we know that the speed of light is not a constant, okay, then that simplifies the quantum theory, because you can throw out the speed of light, okay, and it simplifies quantum theory.
What do you mean? What do you mean by it simplifies quantum theory?
Where did you hear that, Theodore? The speed of light isn't constant.
Correct. We proved that last year.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
But how does that affect the quantum mechanics? How does it simplify quantum mechanics? I don't understand that.
Okay. So in the basic four forces, okay, you have your basic, you have electromagnetism, you have
the strong nuclear force, the weak nuclear force, and gravity.
The nuclear force, okay, and the speed of light. Okay.
Well, that's not a force.
That's not a force, but in quantum mechanics, okay, it takes into account 7 variables, not just the 4.
Yes.
Okay, and in those 7 variables, the reason they have to create different dimensions for the variables in quantum mechanics is because of the speed of light. If you throw the speed of light out and you just go back to the basic 4, okay, and then look at the quarks and whatnot differently, then you simplify quantum mechanics.
How does that simplify it, though?
You're not simplifying quantum mechanics.
Yeah.
You're simplifying the explanation for how the universe works by dispensing with the limitation of the speed of light and reducing things to sort of how different particles interact with each other at the quantum level. It's the electric universe theory. It's a very interesting theory because it gets rid of dark matter, dark energy, and the speed of light limit, and it jives more directly with quantum mechanics. But it's way behind in terms of experiments and and actually verifying that these ideas have any kind of basis in reality. There hasn't been experimentation on electric universe.
It's purely theoretical, and I like the electric universe theory. I think it's interesting, and most likely I think it to probably be true, because I think it also it helps explain the like a simulated reality as well. With I think that they would you could incorporate the two together and and actually explain a lot. But go ahead, Sergeant.
But Wall Thornhill from the electric universe theory, they're the head dude. But anyway, they say that Einstein's wrong. You know what I mean? Straight up, like they don't subscribe to his special theory of relativity, and they point out the flaws in it, and they really just blow it out of the water. But that's to be expected. Look at Newton. Before Newton's law of gravity was word, and that was it. That was prior to Einstein and everything.
Yeah, that happens to every physicist. All theories, they all advance as our knowledge grows.
Well, that's exactly what I'm getting at. Like Newton, his theory worked perfectly for everything, just like Einstein's does, except at certain levels it needed corrections and such and everything like this.
That's how he developed calculus. You guys know that?
Well, yes. Einstein took from that and brought it further, and his stuff applies to everything, and it has its limitations. As things start to get bigger, it needs a little corrections as well. People don't often realize that. Now you got the electric universe theory. So now you got the electric universe theory. Maybe that's going to be the theory that's going to, do to Einstein what Einstein did to Newton. That's what I'm really. Well,
and really, he needed Newton in Newtonian physics to actually develop his theory. So he didn't really do anything to Newton except validate it, and prove it to be correct,
If I remember correctly, didn't Einstein have a unified field theory he was working on before he died? And on his deathbed, he was trying to. Yeah, he was trying to continue with it because of his religious beliefs.
He always regretted not having finished the work of his mentor, Mach. Mach was the person who developed the ether theory to the furthest it had been developed, and it was a very advanced version of it that Einstein admired. And he continued to try and work on it. He tried to work on it.
Tesla had that universal compression, I think he called it.
I love Tesla.
Yeah, it's basically what we are calling dark energy and dark matter.
Once we figure out dark matter, then we can do about anything we want in the universe. But until we figure that out, we are still children in the playground as far as the universe.
I think that's what
was missing from. People always say that shit, but we don't even know dark matter to be true.
Yeah, I don't think dark matter exists.
I don't think
something that was invented.
I think it's a fucking a retarded concept to help try to explain stuff they still don't understand when they just need to look more at quantum mechanics and I think they need to develop all the whole theory should just come straight from quantum mechanics and then try to explain relativity instead of the other way around. Who's got their TV on? Turn that shit off. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna hop off here and we can continue this discussion tonight. But I want to make sure that we have everyone go out and watch that podcast of Joe Rogan and Tom DeLonge and take your notes on it and shit, because I know it's a long fucking it is a long podcast, man, but it's gonna be a lot of fun. So everyone go research that stuff and meet us back here tonight at 8 o'clock Pacific time. But this was a very intriguing conversation I had with you gentlemen today, and thank you guys for everyone who comes on and joins us today. Sergeant Shill, Q-Vid, Jax, Jack the Stripper, Face Like a Bum, Anonymous Shield, everybody out there.
Thanks for joining us, Theodore.
Yes, Theodore. Thank you for coming and joining us today, man.
Yes, sir. Welcome, man.
Hey, I need you to do me a favor before you go. Hold on.
And
I need you to do me a favor before you go.
What's that, brother?
Okay. I'm visually impaired. Okay. Can you put a link in the side chat for whatever podcast you're talking about?
Yes, I can do that. Who's got the link? Jax, did you get me the links last night, or Sergeant Shill?
For what?
For the podcast for Tom DeLonge. Yeah, Tom DeLonge and Joe Rogan. You want? I'll get it for him.
Yeah, I watched it yesterday.
Here, I'll get it for you real quick. Let me get it for you, man. Yeah, that's not a problem. Yeah, because it's
to interrupt you guys.
No, you're fine, man.
Problem.
I'm just doing my signing off, dude. So it's no problem, man.
It was great to have another perspective.
Amen.
All right, I'm gonna hop off, guys. I'll see you tonight.
All right, I'll see you tonight.
Later, Shill.
Yeah, see you later.
Catch you later, you ugly bastard.
Later, guys.
Hang on a second.
I'm trying to find this link in the side chat.
Hang on, my fucking shit's freezing up real quick. Nope. All right, here we go.
Yeah, there's one
I'm sorry, my computer is totally freezing up. You guys, I got things open right now.
I've just put one on the chat, Cal.
Yeah, this is a fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
Why don't we start with letting them know why to call it the Mandela effect to begin with?
Okay, hang on. Be quiet, guys. I got it. Let me get this. Clip real quick. All right, hang on. Copy link address. There we go. And let me go back here.
So what are we doing? Are we watching this podcast and breaking it apart, or what? What is it?
Oh yeah, dude. We're gonna watch this podcast and basically do a review of it, man, because it's fucking great, man.
Right.
All right. Yeah, get out of here, cons, you fucking loony. All right. Mr. 7B. All right. Thanks for coming and joining us, Ian Schwartz, everybody. Franco, thanks, man. You guys for joining us. And here is your link right there, buddy. Theodore, so you can go and watch that and come and join us tonight.
You put it in the side chat here?
Yeah, it's on the comment section on YouTube. If that's what you're talking about. If you're talking about the messaging for Google Hangouts, here, I'll post it right here. Hang on.
So what time tonight, man? I can't wait to come on.
8 o'clock. 8 o'clock tonight. It's 8 o'clock Pacific time.
What time have you got with you, Kyle? Right now.
What's up?
What time have you got with you right now?
Right now. What up, buddy?
I got it.
12:31 is my time right now.
Right. Okay.
All right.
Right, cool.
Yeah,
Right,
Arthur, you came and joined us the last minute, man. You should have joined us earlier. Make sure you come and join us tonight, all right, brother?
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be there. We're both the same time. I'm in Hollywood Hills, so I'm going to be there 8 p.m., right?
All right, perfect, man. Yes, exactly, man.
Can't wait.
Excellent, brother. We'll see you guys there, man. So see you guys tonight at 8 o'clock. Thank you for coming to join me. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe, and make sure you hit the notifications little bell on my homepage so you get notified when I go live. Go buy yourself some shit from fucking my Teespring account. The items or the description has the link. Go click it. Fucking they got UFO proof everything. And I will see you guys tonight. Thank you guys for joining me. All right. UFO Proof out. All right. Bye, you guys.
A serious analysis, as a group, and break it down, and break down how it was, and what it really means to the ufology and the phenomenon in itself.
Oh no, absolutely, man. Who do we have on here?
There's Jax, but he's being like the silent ninja.
Always, man. What's up, Jax? Did you see any of the Joe Rogan podcast?
I fell asleep watching it like a half an hour into it.
Yeah, that's fucking funny. I did the exact same thing, dude. Yeah, no, same thing happened to me, man. Like it gets kind of dragged out after a while. Who we got on here? Theodore, it looks like.
But Joe Rogan does drill down on him, and I find that he always deflected and never really came to an answer. That's just a general observation. And he did push his book a lot. And so, but like I said,
did you know? Oh, let's save it for tonight, dude. That's because there's all kinds of stuff I want to point out, dude.
Exactly. Like I've got pages of notes and shit. I really hope we could figure out a way that we could do it, like where we're watching it and we could pause it and say, well, look, see right here, and do our analysis, or maybe take minute marks, because like I said, I took down the time of everything where I pulled a note or something, so as a reference point. We'll figure out how we'll broadcast it tonight there, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it.
Oh yeah. Okay, so I got we got some people on the chat room right now, and let's see. Clint Chapman saying, "What's up? What's up, Clint? How you doing, buddy?" He says Cooper is saying that Tom DeLonge is the new Paul Benowitz. He could be, dude, and they're just totally fucking with his ass, and feeding him all kinds of bullshit, and he's gonna go fucking psycho and end up murdering his family or some shit. Yeah, it's fucked up. They did that to somebody. Need some company on Hangouts? Sure, come on down. Face like a bum. The link's always up at the beginning of the comment section on YouTube, so you always just screw up.
Join the stream, and sometimes if you join the stream a little late, that comment doesn't show up in the chats. Like it's
really? All right, boom.
Disappeared. Hey, did you get that email? I emailed you the chat log from one of the streams.
No, I haven't. I haven't checked my email yet.
Because we always say, man, it's too bad we can't look at the chats, after the fact or whatever, So I simply just copied and pasted it, from the window after the chat was over regarding your website, without going into it. But I've already began the research and the cost involved and everything. But that's going to be something that's going to be really interesting, because it's going to be very inclusive, but very informative. It's going to be a real interactive thing that people will be able to do with your channel and your website and for your technology. You know what I mean? It'll be a concerted effort, and it's going to be marketing. Let's be honest. You know what I mean? But it's going
to
for all the people, and it's gonna really broaden the network and the, how should I say it, the not availability of things. I mean, like a great resource, and an interactive one at that. So, just reminding people to think about it, to look for it, because it's going to be something really amazing, and they'll be able to get in on it real good, and they're going to like it. That's all I can say. I agree. Until you release that, once we hammer it out, and then you could present it and release it. It'll interact with Patreon and the website and YouTube and social media. It's a big project, and when Kyle announces it, people are going to be pretty happy about it. I'm very confident about that.
No, absolutely. And I just saw someone's comment. Hang on a second. How can I give the link? I created discussion board to get ideas. Oh yeah, absolutely. Go ahead. Oh wait, no, you're not able to post the link on here. You'll have to send me the link and I'll post it. All right. Hey, what up, Smooth Virus? Arthur is saying, I need to know where I can talk about how I can see somewhat into a certain dimension, certain life forms or whatever it is. Anyone know a great platform? Not this one, man. I'll tell you that, dude. You know. Oh well, fucking what happened last time? We let them one of those crazy motherfuckers come on here, dude, and start taking. You're taking a picture of fucking your fence outside, and you see a portal to fucking hell. You know, I'm just like, fuck no, dude. You know. Oh yeah, dude. I get all kinds of crazies on this motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm gonna switch platforms because I'm about to go mobile.
Yeah, go for it, buddy.
Hey, Kyle. I had an idea. I had an idea about the crazy people.
Yeah.
What if you had one night per week, which had a specific dedicated time slot for a live stream for the crazy people? And then you put the Hangout link in, you encourage them to come on the call, and you have like one or two other people back.
Because it still stays up if you leave the window open. And I didn't know you can do that, so I thought that was pretty interesting. So I grabbed a copy of it. You know, it's good to review.
Oh yeah, it just pops up with the the sharing buttons and all the statistic buttons and stuff.
What's up, Tim?
Evening, guys.
Hey, so anyway, Rayansh, am I saying that right? You guys see that? How do you say that? Rayanesh. You guys see that name?
Rayanesh, yeah.
Am I pronouncing that right?
I would assume so.
I would think so. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, he's saying, can we discuss the website? Absolutely, we can discuss the website. What do you want to discuss? He is actually building the website for us, and he's incorporating all of our all of our like ideas and stuff that we want to see with the website. He's doing all for us. So does anybody have any specifics that they think would be cool as something included into the new website?
I just wish that we could go back to the way that we had it before.
No, I think a different
at all possible.
I think a different format would be a little bit better, because that one was it was a little all over the place with trying to find the chat rooms and shit like that. Like I didn't like that. Like, I'd be like answering chats and stuff, but they wouldn't be like on the main page, and it'd be like, it was just kind of it was cool, but it was a little all over the place. I think it needs to be a little more simplified, whereas it's something that everybody kind of just, it's all like on the main page and a couple tabs,
I always had trouble finding messages from you and from other people.
Right?
Yeah.
It was like a pain. I don't know, maybe it was easy for you, Jax, but like for myself, Tom here.
I mean, we don't have to have so many chat rooms. I mean, that we don't have to go that route. I mean, but just so we could all be on the same page together. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm thinking of. It's one where it's all, it's like the same page, one big like messaging board, and then you could private message people individually if you wanted to. And then I'm gonna have just a couple of sections for obviously selling my gear. That's like the main point of it, right. And then posting videos. I want to have a thing where I can upload videos that it don't matter if I go through YouTube or whatever, I can just upload it. What's up, Sean? Or not Sean, Sergeant.
Oh, I didn't want to cut you off. I was going to let you finish. I just wanted to say, like, I had already discussed one thing with you about.
Right. What's up, you guys? UFO Proof here. Well, I was literally just on the other line with Sergeant Shill. He had messaged me right as I was getting ready to go live, like right when it gives you the option to start the broadcast. The other line started ringing. So we'll get him over here on this side. So we're going to discuss Tom DeLonge and Joe Rogan and their awesome interview yesterday. Hopefully everybody got to watch that. Let me put out the link in the comment section. So Sergeant Shill should already be over here, or he'll be here any minute. Aha, there he is. What up, brother? Boom. All right, so for anyone just tuning in, Ian Schwartz, what's going on, brother? Long time no talk, pal. Feel free to join in just by clicking the link in the comment section on YouTube. Work today, sweet, dude.
What's up?
Just downloaded a more advanced processor Explorer for my computer with more advanced capabilities. Between that and a virus, can I have, what the hell? Tom's sending me a message to Hangouts.
Something with his computer or some shit.
Discovered that someone has been logging into my machine using a different account remotely and has installed a rootkit, which is running on a separate, under a generic SVC host process. And this is why my laptop has been suffering so bad in performance. It's been using 50% of the CPU power. It's probably a bot zombie program that's using my shitty old computer with outdated software as part of a botnet. So I have removed it, but there are other less likely possibilities that are intriguing as well. Most likely you downloaded some fucking software and it just came along with it and you agreed to it without realizing it. That always seems to be a problem. I was just talking to Tom, who knows what it is, but at least he's got it figured out. So he's on here. All right, what up, Sebastian? Paul?
You gotta limit your visits to Pornhub.
Oh, say it again, buddy. Yeah, it's because of all this visits to Pornhub, dude. If you just would lay off the freaking porn for a while, you wouldn't have all those damn viruses, dude.
I'm just playing.
You know, yeah, sure. So, you know, but I mean, even if he didn't have all, you know, viruses or whatever, man, his equipment is fucking like just total dinosaurs, dude.
Hey, but at least it's good he stays on top of it, right?
What's up?
At least it's good that he stays on top of it.
Yeah, you know, exactly.
You know, I would hate to try and look through my shit. I'd end up boarding up my windows and wearing tinfoil or something. But you know what?
You do that anyway.
Want to find something out. If they want to find something out about you or monitor you or gather information from you, they're going to get it regardless what you do to prevent it. When you catch it, I mean, they will get it. There's no two ways about it.
Yeah, dude, I just get that McAfee virus protection. It's only like $30 a year, man, and they fucking protect you from everything, you know?
Yeah, well, they protect you from everything, but trust me, the NSA, CIA, FBI, and all that, they all have shit that'll bypass that.
Like, duh. Yeah.
Like, you'll never know, man. Like, really, you know, unless you're like a pro and you know how to dissect it. And look, they even brought that up in mainstream media, you know, as an example, and
what up, Jack?
Media, that they can make it look like it's anything. They can make it look like it's anything. They can leave, you know, quote unquote Russian footprints or fingerprints on it, or they could leave, you know, Chinese fingerprints. Yeah. You know, they can make it look like whoever, or they can make it look like a 14-year-old kid, man. You know what I mean? They can make it look like whoever.
Exactly, man. It's the fucking, and you'll never know who the hell it is. If they want to come and follow you, you ain't figuring it out, dude. You know, yeah. You're gonna think it's somebody, but it turns out it'll be somebody else. It'll be like if the NSA wanted to fucking hack into your shit, you would never fucking know it. I don't give a fuck who you are.
Yeah. Hey, just real quick before you get started, I'm gonna have to dip out. Like, I'm gonna probably get on with my phone for as long as it lasts when I go pick up my daughter, but then I'm gonna be running around until about 4:30ish my time, which would be, you know, fucking whatever crime it is for you. Like, I won't be able to actively engage in this. That's why.
That's okay, man. Just
that's why I had messaged you to let you know, like, hey, maybe we could do the Tom DeLonge thing tonight, but that's up to you, man.
No, yeah, you know what? We can go ahead and do that, and let's do the Tom DeLonge thing tonight, and we'll let everybody know that who didn't get to see it last night, since we had a late start, to go and watch the podcast, because I actually only watched about a half hour of it, before I ended up falling asleep, So, but what I saw so far was pretty cool, man. So everyone's got to go and see that. What's up, Cons? Smash face like a bomb. What's up, brother?
It was interesting to say the least. There's interesting pro side, interesting con side. But we'll break it down. Everybody's gonna have their opinion, and we'll do that tonight. We'll really I
agree.
Get everybody, cross your T's, dot your I's, get your ducks in a row, and let's give it a real